Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now, today, let's ask the question, should you work on a client project if you don't think it will be successful? All right, so I just finished my morning at the gym. I've been going to the gym for the last couple of years regularly. And so you're not seeing me at my best. I'm not wearing the suit today. Anyway, today, the question I wanted to talk about was whether or not you should take on a client project if you're not quite sure it's going to be successful. Because this is one of the things, if you do work for lots of clients, you'll get people come to you with ideas, and a lot of times they want me to validate their ideas. And that's my big thing is like, I cannot validate an idea. If I knew everything that was going to be successful, I would only put out successful apps myself. But, you try things, you make an educated guess based on what you know. So you think, this could work. I think, this has a possibility. And sometimes I'll get a call from somebody and they want me to have a look at their app idea. And they'll talk about something and I think not so much is not going to be successful because, again, I'm not going to make that valuation judgment for them. But sometimes I just have a lot of doubts. Most of the time, if it's an Uber model, an Uber model is kind of a broad term. I guess it's basically where you have two groups of users. You have the buyers and the sellers, or the posters and the acquirers, or you have the people who are posting content and people who are consuming content. And one of the reasons why I think that's so difficult, those kind of projects, they're not impossible and they're hugely successful when they work. It's just it requires you to get two groups of users at the same time. Like, let's say if I have I always use the one Uber for babysitters as an example. So like if I had Uber for babysitters, I would need to get users. Otherwise, the babysitters won't want to post anything on there and advertise themselves on there. And nobody's going to use the application if there are no babysitters. So if it was going to be like, if I was looking for a babysitter and I went onto the application and the nearest babysitter was to Wantage in England is in Colorado, then it's going to be an unuseful app. So it's almost like you have to focus on one area at a time. And it's going to take a lot of marketing budget. So every so often, in fact, quite a lot, I get projects like that, or I'll get somebody with an idea like that, and they'll say, do you think it will work? And I always have to, I used to like not say anything. I used to say, well, it could work. I mean, it could, but it's going to be very difficult. And that's usually what I'll say. It's like, my whole thing was when I started EarSpy years ago, I asked everybody I knew what they thought about it. And a lot of people said, I don't think that will work. I think that's a dumb idea. I think, but it just took off, right? I ignored them. I just thought, well, I'll give it a try anyway. But it's different when somebody comes to you as an app developer. If somebody comes to you as an app developer and you got apps on the markets, they're coming to you not just because you're just like a normal guy off the street, because you have a bit of knowledge in it. So usually if there's a project I really don't think will take off, or I really don't think that that has a lot of possibility behind it, I won't take it on. But there's some that are questionable. It's like, I think this could work, but it needs the right person behind it to push it forward. It needs the right person to and it needs an advertising budget. So like if they're just, if I quote for a project and it seems like they could just barely make that payment, or they could just barely afford it, then it's like, no, you're going to need marketing budget too. You're going to, it's going to do that. And there's nothing worse than doing something for a client and it doesn't take off, or it just doesn't do as well as they hope. And but by the way, they can always do it. You try to help them out with a little bit of ASO and stuff like that. So for me, most of the time I'll just make my concerns known, right? That's all you can do as a developer. Say, look, this could work. I think this has some potential here, but think about the marketing. Think about how you're going to get the users in. Think about how people are going to find it, because building it sometimes, and you all know this as app developers, all of us who have apps on the App Store and on Google Play, we know that building the application is the easy part. Getting people to download it, getting people to use it, that's the hard part, and that's down to the client, and that's what I always warn them about. So my question to you guys is, for those of you who do work with clients, do you take on any project that comes across the threshold, anyone that calls into you, or do you only do the ones that you think are going to work? So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. That's it for today. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.